What would you do if the dead refused to stay silent? This is not just a legend. It is my story, the haunting of Midnight Cemetery. It began as a dare. My friends insisted the old cemetery on the edge of town came alive at midnight. They said you could hear whispers between the tombstones, and if you were unlucky, the dead might answer when you called. I laughed, but one October night I decided to test it myself. The gates were iron, heavy and rusted. They moaned as I pushed them open. My phone read 11:57. The night was sharp with the smell of damp earth, the kind that clings to your lungs. Moonlight cut across the crooked stones, turning them into rows of pale sentinels. By midnight, silence wrapped around me like a shroud. No crickets, no wind, just silence. I turned on my flashlight and stepped deeper. That's when I heard it, a voice faint and stretched. My name, I froze. My pulse hammered so hard it echoed in my ears. The light flickered, and for a second I thought I saw a shadow move across the graves. I whispered into the dark, "Who's there?" But the only answer was the soft crunch of footsteps, circling. The air dropped cold, biting through my jacket. My breath puffed white. The ground felt soft under my shoes. Too soft. My light blinked out. The world collapsed into black. That's when the whispers came again. Not one, but many. Dozens of voices, layered, rising, calling my name. I grabbed my phone for light. The screen glowed dim, and in that glow I saw her. A woman in white standing near a row of leaning stones. Her hair clung to her face like wet cloth, and her eyes... They weren't eyes, just hollows of darkness. She lifted her hand, pointing at me. Behind her, shadows shifted, dozens rising from the ground like mist taking form. I couldn't move, my chest locked, frozen by fear. And then, all at once, the voices grew into a wail. It was grief, rage, longing, an ocean of sorrow pouring from every grave. My body snapped into motion. I ran. Branches clawed my arms, stones tripped my feet, but I sprinted toward the gate. Something cold brushed my shoulder, a tug at my sleeve. I didn't dare look back. The cries followed me, chasing, until I slammed through the gates and stumbled onto the road. When I finally caught my breath, I pulled out my phone. There was a new photo in my gallery, a photo I hadn't taken. It showed me standing in the center of the cemetery, surrounded by faint glowing figures. I have never gone back. But even now, late at night, when the wind howls through my window, I sometimes hear the whisper of my name. So I ask you, would you dare to walk through Midnight Cemetery at midnight? Would you stand among the stones, knowing the dead might not rest quietly? This was the haunting of Midnight Cemetery, my eerie experience.